Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, your host, and welcome to another event of the 1987 Mets. And remember that this is your home for chat, tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history, tops baseball cards and news, and much more. We are playing game number 30. This game was played May 11th. Try to get this over here. For some reason, it's not showing well on that side. This was played May 11th. Let's see if it'll focus in a little bit better. I'm having some issues with the lighting. I don't know why. This happens periodically. It just still not focusing in properly. Now let's maybe get this a little bit closer. This one may be causing an issue. Well, no matter what I do, it seems to be having an issue, and there seems to be some glare there, and okay, that fixed it a little bit. So let me try a different design of lights. This happens periodically, and it seems that the lights above are a little bit bright. So let's lower them. Let me see if that's a little bit better. No. Well, you get what you pay for, so we have low production costs, and this is the issue that we have. So we're trying a different combination. That blurred everything out. That improved everything, and the more lights we turn off, eventually we'll be in the dark, practically in the dark now. So that's not going to happen. So no matter what I do here, it's giving me a hard time. So let's try to get. Hey, bud, how you doing? Huh? Dog came to visit. We moved it back. We can't get it. We moved it forward. We can't get it. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it if we move it closer. So let me see. It's not too bad. Now this one is giving us issues there. All right. Well, we're gonna have to play. I don't know what else to do at this point. Maybe it'll adjust as we go. Let's start off. This is the New York Mets at the Cincinnati Reds, and 1987. This is game 30 of the season, and it's going to be David Cone, who in APBA world is a D pitcher. That's like, the worst possible pitcher, except he has a Y. So that makes him just a little bit better than a non-Y guy. Against Jerry Royce, who's another deep pitcher. Basically, deep pitchers have basically no effect. I think a deep pitcher's the game is designed at, 3 out of 7 and a little bit less. Maybe it's designed at 250, whatever the league average is. With a deep pitcher, it's whatever the league average is. It's the foundation of that, and then if they hit better, they hit better. If you roll on hits, man, they're going to be automatic hits. So we expect some offense in this game. And we're going to get started. It's going to be Mookie Wilson leading off for the Mets in center field, Tim Tuffle, the second baseman, Keith Hernandez batting third, the first baseman, Kevin McReynolds in left field batting cleanup, Darryl Strawberry in the fifth spot, right fielder, Gary Carter, the catcher, batting sixth, batting seventh is Howard Johnson, the third baseman. Rafael Santana is back in the lineup after missing a whole bunch of games. He's at shortstop again, and it's David Cone batting ninth. We're going to roll. The way you play APBA is you read the red and then the white, and then you look, and you don't add them together. They're kind of 6, and if I roll a 6 and a 2, it's 62. All right, here goes Mookie Wilson. 4-3 is going to be a comebacker to the pitcher, and that's Royce. Takes it himself, and that is out number 1. So Mookie Wilson bounces back to the pitcher for the first out of the ballgame. So let's do that. Again, let me try to do this a little bit. See, that'll help. There's nothing I do that can help for some reason. Nothing I do that can help here. I don't know why. That helped a bit. Killed the glare. Took all my light away from me. But it killed the glare. Let's see if we can get something over here. All right, that's not too bad. That's a little bit better, so I can see a little bit. All right. Let's move this over to the side. All right, not too bad now. And what we're going to do, get just a little background noise because it's awfully quiet. And it's a little stunting for me. So just having a little bit of noise in the background. I don't like that one too much. This one sounds a little bit better, I believe. There we go. I hope it's not too distracting. If it is distracting, just let me know. And it's going to be Timmy Tuffle. Let me see what Tim Tuffle is batting on the season in 1987 in our replay. Tim Tuffle is batting .357. He's got 15 hits in 42 at-bats. Got 1 home run. Here's the pitch. Tim Tuffle, that's a fly to right. In right field is Dave the Cobra Parker. Now, I have been known to rename him Dave the Panther Parker because of the Black Panther. Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez has been on a tear recently. He started off strong and then went to a little bit of a slump and picked it up. He's batting .303. He's got 5 home runs and 20 RBIs in our replay, so he's doing well on 120 at-bats. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 66, which takes us to the double column. So he gets a hold of one and drives it into the gap, and that's going to bounce off the wall, and Hernandez strolls into second base with a 2-out double. So let's have a runner in scoring position. Kevin Reynolds, 26, and that's a pop-up to the right side. Back goes Oster. In comes Cobra. The Cobra calls him off, makes the catch, and that retires the side. Mets strand 1, and after half, no score. It's Cal Daniels. That's lefty. He's leading it off. It's going to be Cal Daniels in left field, Barry Larkin in shortstop batting second. Batting third is the Cobra in right field, Eric Davis, the center fielder in the cleanup spot, Bo Diaz, 5th place batter. He's the catcher. Kurt Stillwell playing third base in the 6th spot. In the 7th hole is Terry Francona, the first baseman. Batting 8th is Ron Oster, the second baseman, and Jerry Royce, 9th. Here's the pitch. It's 2-3, and that's strike 3. 1 out. Pitch from Cone, 13. That's ball 4. So Larkin walks. Now, this is not a game where you walk, you get on base, and then you see if you can steal. No, steals are automatic. Like, it'll tell you if he's stealing or he isn't stealing. So in this case, he's not stealing. Now, you could do a hit and run, but I'm not doing that with Parker because he doesn't have good bat control here. It's a 14, and that's a 12. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And the Mets are out of the inning. Mets turn it. Santana's back, and he's flashing the leather. Nice play by Santana on a ball hit up the middle. Nice flip to the second baseman, Tuffle, over to Hernandez, and that's a 6-4-3 double play. It's going to be Strawberry leading off. Now, Strawberry's hit, I think, 15 home runs in 30 games. So he's on route to what? That's 80 home runs right now. And it seems like he hits a home run, and that's going to be a ball that's driven, and that has a chance, and that is off the top of the wall. And the relay played perfectly by Eric Davis, and the relay to second, he is safe under the tag. All right, Larkin. Oh, boy. Hold on a second here. I didn't do the double play properly, and it bounced back on me. Out second. That's it. Okay, I got it now. So that's a double for Strawberry. leadoff double. So the Mets got to have a runner at second base. Gary Carter. 64 is strike three. And Carter gets punched out. Hojo. Good power on Hojo. It's ball four. First and second now. One out. Top of the second. Santana's batting after a long layoff. I think he was injured. I'm not sure, but he was not in the lineup at all. 26, and that's a fly ball to right field. Now, Strawberry's fast at second base. The right fielder's a 1. So we may have the opportunity to move our fast runner at second base. No, we do not. So it's a shallow fly to right. And that's out number 2. Everybody holds. So it's David Cone. Let me get my... I try to get the dice in a place where you don't see my hand right in the middle of the screen. That's a 66, and that's going to be a double. So that's pulled down the line into the left field corner. Kai Daniels after it. Around to score is Darryl Strawberry, and he's going to be the relay. They're trying to score Howard Johnson to throw to the plate, and he is out. Oh, no, he's safe. He dropped the ball. It looks like Bo Diaz had the ball knocked out of his glove. And Howard Johnson is safe, and the Mets lead at 2-0. So Cone comes up big, drives in a couple of runs with a double. So he had a double. He has one at 66. And we go back to the top of the lineup now. Flip to the top of the lineup. Wilson, 2-0 Mets here in the top of the second. Mookie Wilson. He grounded out in the first. 35, a 9. And that's going to be a hit because the pitcher's a D. So that's going to be a single through short. S out at home. I never looked to see what he was. So if he's an S, he is out. No, he is not. So it's an RBI single. 3-0 Mets. RBI single for Mookie Wilson. So this is I call this the atomic age game. It's very, very simple to play. There are not many bells and whistles in APBA Basic. This is straightforward. You roll off the batter's card, and you look at a column that pertains to the pitcher card, and that's it. And most numbers are all the same. 26. That's strike 3. That's out number 3. And that ends the inning. So Tuffle strikes out, and up comes Eric Davis. Here's the pitch from Cone, 41. Strike 3. Fans. Eric Davis. Bo Diaz next. 61. That's a ground ball shortstop. Santana in the hole. Long throw. And, gets some. Nice play by Rafael Santana. So defensively, the Mets really missed him. Kurt Stillwell. And that's strike 3. Inning over. Keith Hernandez, who doubled, I believe, in the first inning. Top of the third. 34. That's a fly to center. On the run is Eric Davis and runs it down. So Hernandez gave it a ride, but Eric Davis caught up to it. McReynolds. That's a pop-up to the right side. Back goes Francona. In comes Parker towards the line, and Parker gets there. 2 out. You can play, if you just play this straight with minimal talk, you can play these games in 15, 20 minutes. 62, and that's a strikeout. And Strawberry down swinging. That retires the side. Francona now. Pitch from Cone. Fly ball right field in the gap, and Strawberry gets there. 1 out. Ron Oster. 25, and that's single base hit. Ground ball up the middle for Ron Oster. He's on at first. Royce is going to bunt with 1 out. It's a 34, and that's a good bunt. That's going to be first baseman to the second baseman. So that's a good bunt, and it's going to be 3-4. Runner advances. So Royce, a left-handed batter, bunts him over. And it's Cal Daniels now with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. That's a 55, and that's a little flare that's going to dunk in there. And around to score is Oster. So the Reds are on the board. RBI single for Cal Daniels. 3-1. Barry Larkin, 25. And that's a ground ball up the middle and through into center field. Cal Daniels hustling to third base. So now you got the tying runs are on base right now. 3-1 in the bottom of the third against David Cone. Dave Cobra Parker steps in the box. He's a left-handed batter. Had most of his great years with the Pittsburgh Pirates. By this point, he's how old is he right by this point? Well, he's 81. He was 30. This is 87. So he's 36 at this point. And here's the pitch to Cobra, and that's high, but there goes Larkin, the throw down from Carter, and he is safe under the tag. So Barry Larkin steals second base. 1-0 count to Dave Parker with 2 on and 2 out. Here's the pitch. Ooh, and that's popped up. That's popped up, and that's going to be in the infield. 56 is a 34, and that's a shortstop calling for it. Makes the catch that retires aside. The Reds pick up a run. They're on the board 3-1 now. Gary the Kid Carter struck out in his first. Oh, that's foul ball. Souvenir for a lucky fan. 12, ground ball, second base. Oster. Actually, it's a ground ball, third base. Excuse me. They changed that. Oh, no. I'm right. Excuse me. Ground ball, second base. 4-3, 1 out. Hojo. Strike 3, 2 out. And Santana. Fly ball right field. Shallow. Parker retires aside. Davis now leading it off. Eric Davis. Pitch from Cone. That's a 53. We're going to look on our optional randomizer. 13, and that's going to be a 17. 17 is Strawberry, who's a 2. Got to look at a lot of charts in this game. Luckily, I have a lot of the numbers memorized. 17 is going to be a line drive base hit to right for Eric Davis. Goes the other way, and he's on with a single. Good speed for Davis. I mean, he was a 5-tool guy. He won, and that's going to be ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. The third is Davis, so nobody out, first and third here in the bottom of the fourth. Kurt Stillwell, he's a switch hitter. Should be batting lefty right now. Got to make him a switch hitter in the game. He is not. I haven't put in that data. Bats both. Okay, now that should be fixed. Kurt Stillwell. Here's the pitch. 36. That's a 33 on his card. The first and third, that's going to be some sort of pop-up. Infield pop-up. Second baseman, Tim Tuffle calling for it. Makes the catch. Infield fly rule on that one. Terry Francona, left-handed batter. Faces Cone. Cone looks in for the sign. First and third, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth, Mets are up 3-1. 52, a 27. Infield is playing halfway up the middle. So first and third, 27. Then you got to look at the chart constantly with APBA. First and third, 27. Ground ball to the third base. Oh, it's a strikeout. It's a strikeout on Cone, who's a Y. So that saves a run right there, because otherwise the run would have scored. 2 outs. And Ron Oster. See if we can get out of this inning with no run scoring. 3-1 Mets. First and third, 2 outs now. And that's ball 4. Base on balls to Oster, and that brings up Royce. Now, we're not going to pinch hit in the bottom of the fourth. It's just too early to do that. It makes my life miserable. But with the bases loaded, that 44 roll is going to turn into a 21, but that's going to take us to an error randomizer. And that I'm using, it's like an optional. 36 is going to be an 18. Santana, I believe, is an 8. So that's kind of middle of the road. So again, looking to see what happens with the bases loaded. So it's a ground ball to Santana, and he boots it, and it rolls into the outfield. 1 run will score. Diaz is going to hold up. Actually, no, there goes Diaz. They're waving him home to throw home, and he is safe. So it's a 2-base error. Going to second base is Jerry Royce. So it's a 2-base error on Santana. And the game is tied. 1 run scores. Another run scores. And the Oster goes to third. And the second is Jerry Royce on a 2-base error by Santana. Couldn't pick up the ball. Kind of rolled off his leg. Bounced away from him. He had to chase it down into basically left center field. And then when he got to it, fumbled it and rolled off his leg and rolled a couple of feet away. That allowed Bo to score. Bo Diaz, who doesn't have much speed. So it's 3-3 with runners on second and third. It's Cal Daniels. Cal Daniels is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. 52-27, second and third. Ground ball, third base. Hojo fires the first, gets his man. That retires the side, but the Reds pick up 2 runs. David Cone is leading it off here in the top of the 5th inning. 42, that's a strikeout. First man strikes out in the Mets' 5th. 1 out, Wilson. And that's a ground ball, second base, Oster. Better hurry. Throws out Wilson by half a step. Tim Tuffle. And that's line, base hit to left. Cal Daniels plays it on a hop. 2-out single for Tim Tuffle. And it's Keith Hernandez. They call him Mex, although he was from a Spanish heritage. Why they're calling him Mex is because they just didn't know. And that is strike 3. And Royce blows one by. Keith Hernandez makes him look foolish. And that retires the side. All right, Cone against Barry Larkin. Reading it off. That's a strikeout. So he fans Larkin. Next is Parker, 65. That's popped up. And Carter throws an ask away. Gets it near the screen. 2 down. Eric Davis, 13. That's ball 4. So Eric Davis shows some patience. Gets to first base. He's always a threat to steal. Here's Bo Diaz, the Cannon. That's his nickname, the Cannon. That's the cool thing about the APBA cards. They have the the little nicknames on them. And here's a pitch to Diaz, and it's high, and the throw, and there goes Davis, and the throw down. He is safe. So Davis steals second base, so you have the go-ahead run with 2 outs at second base. Pitch to Diaz, 43. The 29 with a runner on second is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman, Hernandez, and he's going to flip to David Cone. Better hurry, and he is out at first base, 3-1. Cone took his time getting off the mound, and Diaz, who doesn't run very well, that's the only thing that saved him. It was a foot race between Bo Diaz, the catcher, and David Cone, who was a little bit lackadaisical in getting off that mound. Kevin McReynolds leading it off for the Mets in the top of the 6th. It's McReynolds, Strawberry, and Carter. All right, here's a pitch from Royce. 42 on McReynolds' card, and that's a strikeout. One away. Darryl Strawberry, with one swing of the bat, can give the Mets the lead. It's a 3-3 game in the top of the sixth, and that's a foul ball. Here's the pitch to Darryl, and that's a strike three. Royce gets him with the curve. 2 out. Gary Carter. Gary Carter's 0 for 2. That's a foul ball. Souvenir for a fan. 52 ground ball, third base. Kurt Stillwell. Long throw, and that retires the side. Stillwell's going to lead it off. Fly ball left field. Kevin McReynolds towards the line, makes the catch. Terry Francona, who's 0 for 2. Ground ball, third base. Howard Johnson. Better hurry. Gets him. High throw, but Hernandez kept his foot on the bag. Oster's 1 for 1, a single and a walk. Oh, this is going to be 33. This may take us to extra bases. This is a ball that's driven and splits the outfielders. And that's going to roll to the wall. Mookie Wilson gets it in. Now Oster's thinking of going for third, changes his mind. The quick throw to second, and he is safe. Ooh, it's going to be a double, a 2-out double. And it's going to be the pitcher, Jerry Royce. Also known as Custer. Not a good nickname to have, Custer. Didn't he wipe out like a bunch of Indian villages in the 1800s? All right, here's the pitch. Oh, again, 55. That's a 23. Now, that's an odd number. And we're going to look at what that is with a runner in scoring position. That may actually end up being the go-ahead run, lead to the go-ahead run scoring. So a 23 is a real odd number. Fielding column 2, 23, and Oster, he's not slow. So there goes the runner trying to steal third. And he is out at third base. Great throw by Carter. Tried to catch Oster, tried to catch everybody off guard, but takes off and makes the third out at third base, which is a definite faux pas. And I know that the manager, I believe it was Pete Rose at the time, is not going to be happy about that. So that ends the inning. And we could have brought in a pinch hitter at that bottom of the sixth, but it wouldn't have made a difference. So let's back up in time. Let's back up in time and bring in a pinch hitter. Because we should have brought in a pinch hitter. And we're going to bring in a new pitcher now. So it's going to be O'Neill. O'Neill's going to bat for Jerry Royce. So we're backing up in time a little bit. Kind of doing what should have happened and I didn't do because that thing, I just kind of rolled too quickly. And so Paul O'Neill, left-handed batter. And here's the pitch, and that's high. And there goes Oster, and the throw down to third base, and he is out. Oh, my goodness. That was a replay. It's 2-5. That's going to retire the side. So we're going to get a new pitcher. And let's see who they were using here. This is critical to look at for me. David Cohn, and they used Guy Hoffman. He was critical. This is a close game, so I'm going to look for the best batter to just kind of – they used Hoffman, so I'm going to bring in Hoffman. See if Hoffman can get us to an inning because they did use him. This was also a close game. Well, relatively speaking. You know what? Let me bring somebody. Let me bring in Frank Williams before I bring in Hoffman. Frank Williams, but I didn't. Okay, now I'm going to bring in Hoffman. And Hoffman's in there. He's a lefty. He's a DZ pitcher. Just because, they don't know if these guys are going to have a good season or bad season. But if he gets in any trouble, if he allows, 2 base runners, he's out immediately. Then I'll bring like their best guy in. So it's Gary Hoffman. He's in there, and I'm going to quickly – he's a D. So APBA is the first game I ever played, and I enjoy playing APBA, although this is the atomic age game. It's what I call it. Hasn't changed since about 1959. You can look into, you can do the research. I'm serious. The game hasn't been really modified, other than adding a totally different game, which is the master game, which oh man, that's a totally different beast altogether. I wouldn't try to handle that beast at all. All right, so it's going to be Howard Johnson in the top of the seventh for the Mets. It's 3-3, the score here at Riverfront Stadium. That's a 4-3, and that's a ground ball. Comebacker to Hoffman, fields his position, one away. Santana, ground ball, Stillwell in the hole. Better hurry, and gets him at first base, 5-3. We're going to have a pinch hitter for the Mets. Mets didn't use any players in this game. Cone went complete game, so we're going to look at the next game, see who the Mets bring in. Now, if you use a replay baseball and you play the whole season, which I wish I had started this season doing that. I'm already to game 30. I'm not going to replay them anymore. But next time around, and I'm already using the replay baseball computer game to play all my games, and I input the stats for the game the team that I'm playing. All right, so Lenny Dykstra is going to pinch hit for Cone. Lenny Dykstra. Myers, Sisk, and Leach. I'm getting all their pitchers ready to start coming in. All right, so let's get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Lenny Dykstra. I'll tell you a little bit about Lenny. The defensive side now. Let's see what Lenny is batting for us. Lenny's batting .309. He's got 3 home runs, 14 for 81. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 63. That's a line drive center field. And coming in is Davis. And nice shoestring catch by Davis. So Dykstra hits it on the screws, but it hangs up there for Eric Davis, who got a nice jump on that ball. Read it well off the bat, and that's out number 3. So it's the pitcher spot right now. Hoffman, we're going to pinch hit for that spot. Going to go back one to check up on Cincinnati and see who Cincinnati is in the following game. The pinch hit. Concepcion is going to pinch hit. Also, Tracy Jones. So I got Concepcion and I got Tracy Jones. I'm going to bring in Tracy Jones. Unfortunately, we lost the pinch hitter in that inning because Oster tried to steal third base with 2 outs. A definite faux pas in baseball. Do not make the third out at third base. Paul O'Neill was at the plate, so he lost his opportunity. He batted, but he didn't bat, so that's a weird situation. It's like a ghost appearance. So Tracy Jones, the right-handed batter. And we didn't bring in a pitcher for the Mets. We don't know who's pitching right now. It's going to be Randy Myers because the next batter is a lefty, so it's going to be Myers. Myers is coming in to replace Cone. Cone was pinch hit for by Lenny Dykstra. It's 3-all here in the the bottom of the 7th. 3-all. I'm looking for Myers to bring him in. I know he's in there somewhere. So he's got to find, oh, there he is, all the way at the bottom. Myers is a C pitcher, XY, so he's got a lot of strikeout potential. Left-handed. Is he a left-handed thrower? He is a left-handed thrower. All right, here's the pitch to Tracy Jones. It's a 46. That's strike 3. Randy Myers blows it by pinch hitter Jones. And now it takes us to Cal Daniels. That's a foul ball, a souvenir. Pulled foul, 32. Ground ball, second base, up the middle. Tim Tuffle reaches for it and throws across his body and gets him to first base. Tim Tuffle. Nice range. Barry Larkin, 2 outs. Ball 4. Larkin's on at first. He's a fast runner. And then now you got Parker with a 1 at 66 and a 5 at 11. That's going to be a chopper to second base. Tuffle flips to the shortstop. Santana, and that retires the side. And you can score that as a 4-6 force out. Now it's next going to bring up Mookie Wilson. They need a new pitcher. New pitcher for the Reds. And we're looking at, who are we looking at now? We're looking at Murphy, Rob Murphy. So Rob Murphy's coming in. Let's put him in there, and I'll tell you a little bit about Murphy. He's a B pitcher, XZ. Rob Murphy, there he is. And he bats in that 9th spot. All right, so Mookie Wilson leading it off against Rob Murphy. Now, there's no stats on the APBA card, so I can't give you too much information on the stats. So that's going to be a 3-1, and Murphy is a B pitcher, so this is going to be a ground ball, a C&I grounder into left field. Base hit for Wilson. Now, we could bunt, but we're not going to be bunting here. That's popped up right field. Shallow right field. The Cobra's out there. We are going to have a hit and run here. It's something I don't do much, but you do it with Hernandez, who's got good bat control, 25. And against a B pitcher, that's going to at least get the runner to second base. So it may not work for a hit, but it will work to avoid the double play, and it gets that go-ahead run to second base. And against an APBA, it's a 26 below. 26 is a ground ball, second base. Runner advances. So that's exactly what the hit and run is intended for, really, primarily, is to make sure you stay out of that double play. And Tuffle is, wait a second, I have Wilson at second base. Okay, yeah, Wilson, what did he do? Wilson hit a ground ball single. All right, so Wilson is on at second base. He's got great speed. And next is Kevin McReynolds with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Murphy. It's 3-3 in the top of the 8th. Oh, that's snake eyes. That's what you wanted. That's a deep drive to left field. Back goes Daniels to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. 2-run shot, 5-3 Mets. Kevin McReynolds connects for the Mets and gives them a 2-run lead here in the top of the 8th off of Rob Murphy. And you know what? Rob Murphy, you can tell, but he wishes he had that pitch back. Darryl Strawberry's next. He steps in the box. He bats from the left side. So Mets are up 5-3 on the 2-run shot by McReynolds. And I believe that's his 7th of the season. Let's take a quick look. That's his 9th of the season, excuse me. He's driven in 31. He's batting .291 in 103 at-bats. Darryl Strawberry's next. Mets lead at 5-3. And that's strike 3, and that retires the side. But the big hit, Kevin McReynolds in the top of the 8th. We go to bottom half of the 8th now. It's going to be Davis, Diaz, and Stillwell. We could let Randy Myers go an extra inning, and we'll try to do that. Here's the pitch to Davis. That's strike 3, 1 out. So Davis blows a fastball by Davis. Myers, excuse me. Myers blows a fastball by Davis, and that's 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Mets lead at 5-3 on a 2-run shot by Kevin McReynolds. Bo Diaz. Snake eyes. Uh-oh, that's going to take us into the second column, see what this becomes. And that's going to be a ball that's going to split the outfielders. And Bo Diaz jogs into second base with a 1-out double. Kurt Stillwell now. And Diaz is going to play it safe. That's strike 3. 2 outs. And it's Terry Francona, left-handed hitter. 24, and that's a pop-up left side. Back goes Johnson and Santana. In comes McReynolds. And, McReynolds calls for it at the last minute. Makes the catch. Looked like they were all looking at each other there for a second. Thought that ball was going to dunk in there. Gary Carter leading it off against Rob Murphy. Top of the 9th. 5-3 Mets. Pitch to Carter. That's strike 3. 1 out. Curveball gets Carter. Next is Hojo, and he strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Murphy. And it's Rafi Santana. He's back in the lineup after an absence. Ever since that home run, Murphy struck out every batter from that point on. Here's Santana. And Santana strikes out. So he strikes out 4. He gives up a 2-run home run and then strikes out 4 in a row. So that's the way to come back. That's the way to show your manager that you mean business. So to finish it off here in the 9th inning, the Mets are going to bring in their lefty closer, Jesse Orosco. Jesse Orosco is a D pitcher, but he was their closer pretty much at this point in the season. So I'm playing him as such. If he gets in trouble, again, I will bring in somebody else. Jesse Orosco. And I believe I have his baseball card. Let's see if I have his baseball card. I may or may not. Oh, there he is. Speak of the devil. Jesse Orosco. He had that big final out in the Mets 86 World Series. Great shot. Cover of all the newspapers with him on his knees on the mound with his hands up in the air. Beautiful. Ron Oster is leading it off here. Say 56. That's a strikeout. So Oster strikes out. They're bringing a pinch hitter here for Bob Murphy. And we're going to bring in Concepcion to pinch hit. Dave Concepcion still with the team. He's from the Big Red Machine era. Dave Concepcion still hanging on to his career. Late in the 80s, 1987. 1 out. Here's a pitch from Orosco, 26. And that's a ground ball. Shortstop, Santana. Throws him out. 2 down. And now the Reds are down to their last out. Excuse me. Cal Daniels. And Orosco looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball, second base. Tuffle throws him out, and the ball game is over. Mets win it by a score of 5-3. The big hit was that 2-run home run in the top of the 8th by McReynolds. And by that time, Mets, so the win, you got to figure out who gets the victory here. It's going to be Myers. Randy Myers did a great job. He's going to get the win for the Mets. Save is going to go to Jesse Orosco. And the loss for the Reds is going to be for Rob Murphy. I send myself that box score. I'm using iScore to my right to keep the stats for me. I hate keeping stats. That's one of the reasons I didn't play that many tabletop games, because I didn't want to keep stats, and you need stats. I mean, baseball's a stats-driven system. So that's it. The Mets win it. I'll give you the data, the line scores. The Mets scored 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 3 left on base. The Reds, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 7 left on base. MVP for the game, Kevin McReynolds. And that's about it. Let me take a quick peek at who the Mets are playing next in this APBA, although I'm going to switch games. Let's see who the Mets are playing next. The Mets go to Houston, and that looks like a 3-game set with the Astros. Oh, no, it's a Wednesday night. That's weird. So it must be a 2-game set, Wednesday and Thursday, and then the Mets would go somewhere for the weekend, and they do. Then they go back home, and they're visited by the Giants. So we play 2 quick games. We play 2 quick games with the Astros in Houston, and then we're going to go back home to Shea Stadium, the friendly confines of Shea Stadium, and we're going to face the San Francisco Giants. So I got to start looking up the Astros, and I may have to create their team's roster. I don't know that I have that roster inputted there. The only way I would have it is if the Mets already played them. So let me see. Let me add game. Let's see if visitor. Oh, I do have Houston. Okay. So the Mets are in Houston. So I do have Houston created. So that'll be easy peasy. All right. So this is CP Cards and Dice. Remember, guys, this is your home for what? For chat, tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history, news, Topps baseball cards, and lots more. So thanks for stopping by and checking us out. And this is CP Cards and Dice saying see you again soon. Let's go Mets.